So last year, I had the chance to see Jeff Nichols' new movie, The Bikeriders, at the BFI London Film Festival, and I'm here to let you know what I think of the movie as it's coming out this month. So, starting off, The Bikeriders stars Jodie Comer as Kathy, Austin Butler as Benny, and Tom Hardy as Johnny, and it follows a Midwest biker club that turns into a biker gang in the 60s, and that's mostly the setting and the background aesthetic to the movie. The movie really follows this power struggle in the club and this dynamic between Benny, Johnny, and Kathy, where Benny is at the center and Kathy and Johnny really are just fighting for the fate of Benny, where Kathy wants him to leave the club and just go off, live a happy, normal life, but Johnny wants Benny to take over the club for him. So it's this power struggle and this relationship, not love triangle, but just triangle, where they're just Benny's at the center and the club is rising, falling, and just transforming around these three characters. And I thought that was a really, really cool idea for a movie. And I'll get into a minute how it is a really cool idea for a movie and how it turns out awesome. But I first want to talk about some of my personal experience with this movie. So, like I said, I got to check it out at the BFI London Film Festival. That was last October, and it was an amazing experience. The film festival is held at the Royal Festival Hall at the South Bank Centre in London, and I thought that was just an excellent theater to have a film festival at. It's huge. It's just this ginormous screen, ginormous auditorium, so many seats. So it was really cool. They have the red carpet. Obviously, this was during the actor strike, so didn't get to see Austin Butler or Jodie Comer or Tom Hardy there, but definitely would have been cool. And it was funny because I kind of stumbled upon the screening where I already had a trip to London planned, and then I found out about the film festival after I had everything booked, and then I saw that they had the bike riders, and I was like, oh, absolutely have to go see that. The trailer was excellent, so that really excited me. And I bought my tickets immediately, and it was an awesome event. It was really crazy though because I was shocked this movie didn't sell out. So a lot of the theaters that were showing movies, because they weren't all at the same location, but most were. But they had other movies, and a lot of them booked up fast. But maybe people just know what this movie was, or I think they actually had a couple showtimes, so maybe that was why they didn't book up. But a lot of tickets were taken, but I was able to snag some for the bike rider, so that was awesome, and just a great environment to watch the movie in, where obviously film festivals are a lot of fun, but just everyone's really enjoying it, happy to be there, so really respectful and just great audience to watch the movie in. And it's crazy because at the time I thought I was seeing the movie 2 months early, where I was expecting it to release in December, but then we had the change of distributors where it went from 20th Century to Focus Features, and then sure enough I realized I'd seen the movie 8 months early, so that was a bit of a shock and definitely makes for a fun story. But yeah, so going into it, I did see the movie at the film festival, but I wrote down all my thoughts, so don't worry, I'm not trying to remember the movie back 8 months later. I wrote down and I'm prepared to tell you all about it. So starting off with my first big positive of the movie, and that's that the cast is just amazing. Everyone gives excellent performances, and this isn't a spoiler, this is in the trailers, but there's a really cool supporting cast here that just big actors showing up for a really small role, just this little role, but they give such a presence. Where we have Mike Feist for about 3 minutes of the runtime, and obviously when this movie was getting made, he wasn't as big of a name, but after Challengers, just really cool to see him show up in this. We also have Michael Shannon, Boyd Holbrook, and Norman Reedus, and I thought they were just great additions. Everyone really fits their roles, and it was fun to have them there. But what you got to talk about is the lead trio of Jodie Comer, Austin Butler, and Tom Hardy. They're all excellent actors. We got Jodie Comer and Austin Butler, these up and comers, but they've proven themselves. It's cool to see Jodie Comer getting the top billing on this movie, and I thought she was excellent. Austin Butler coming off Elvis and Dune. At this point, I saw it before Dune, but coming after Dune, he gives another great performance. And Tom Hardy's proven himself time and time again. So I just thought this cast was really good, and it was fun because they all brought something new to the characters and just did something a little different, where it was fun to see Jodie Comer and Tom Hardy have these accents and Kind of funny that Austin Butler didn't get one because he's known for doing all these wild accents, but I thought their characters were, just everyone's characters were really well acted, and it made for these scenes where, just made these scenes really tense because you should absolutely buy into these characters and you're just on the edge of your seat because you know the characters, you know what makes them tick, you know, you just know all these things about them that it makes it, when these moments have head-to-heads, you're like, what are they going to do? And makes it intense. So I really appreciated how character focused the movie was. It could have just been this big like action movie with the biker gang, but it's really character focused, and that's excellent. I thought these three characters were all fantastic, and I could see any one of them getting some Oscar attention, where I'm sure that was the plan when this was going to be released in December. I don't know how June releases will play at the Oscars. I'd love if they play well. Hitman deserves love. This deserves love. So fingers crossed. But yeah, hopefully they get some attention because they all bring great performances. And I think it just gives this movie another level of prestige where just watching these actors at the top of their craft. And yeah, I was very impressed with that. Next up, I want to talk about the storytelling. And I thought it was really unique and cool where we get this really good cold open that takes place a little further into the story. But then we have this really cool wraparound narration technique where our biker gang is getting interviewed and talking about the club and how it became a gang. And I just thought it was a really unique and cool way where it's like we're following along and it makes us feel like we're a part of the club, where we're getting told a story by these individual members. And that's just awesome. When you have a movie that can immerse you like that, you're just enjoying it, you're along for the ride, and that was excellent. I thought the way they just incorporated the narration, incorporated the interviews, and just made for a great storytelling, and it kept me at the edge of my seat where we know partially where the story's gonna go at the beginning through the cold open. So then I was like wondering how we're getting there, when is that gonna play out? I just thought the way they told the story and spaced everything out was just really, really, really well done. And speaking of storytelling, I really liked how twisty the movie was, and it really, truly keeps you at the edge of your seat. You're just on edge, worried what's gonna happen next, worried about certain characters' fates, and yeah, it just was really cool the way they did it. It really just immerses you, and that's the best thing a movie can do, immerses you. And yeah, I was super impressed, and I really liked just not knowing what was gonna happen next. I didn't guess anything. I was truly shocked at some of the directions they went, and that's what you want. You wanna just be along for the ride and feeling the thrills and everything of the movie. So that was great. I also appreciated the time period. It felt really believable, down to the costumes, the background, and just all the sets. Just everything was done really well. The accents, the hairstyles, you just absolutely believe that this was real. Where there's some photos, because when Mike Weiss is interviewing, he takes photos as well. And they show the photos, and they absolutely feel like something you would just see in a book about the 60s. So that was really impressive how they did that. And just, I mean, when you can go out, walk out of the movie feeling that you saw this authentic, like, period piece, just add something to it. So really cool. I also really appreciate the ending. I feel like where the movie ended was just really cool. It didn't go for just like a big Hollywood ending. It ended on this really, the way they just handled the character moments in this movie are excellent. Like I was saying, the characters are amazing. And I thought the movie ending on a character moment with just so much emotion, that was just so cool. I was really impressed, and like how they didn't go for the big slam bang finale. It just was something intimate, and you just felt the emotions the characters were feeling at that time, and that's awesome. And just one more shout I want to give on this movie. I really liked the use of the motorcycle stunt work, where I feel like a lot of the actors actually did their own stunts, where obviously there's some stuff they didn't do, but I was impressed at how much riding that these actors all learn how to do, and you can watch it in some of the behind the scenes featurettes and stuff. They really learned and wanted to just be on screen as much as they could, and I was impressed by that. Obviously, there is stunt work in here by stuntmen and women, but I was just really, really impressed with how much they learned and how they hid the stunt work and made it seem like it was the actors the whole time. So that's always fun. But yeah, if you can't tell, I love this movie. I'm super impressed, and I'm super happy that people are finally getting to see it this month. So please, please, please do go check this out. It deserves to be seen on the big screen, deserves to be seen with a crowd, and I think it's just a real good movie that most audiences will enjoy. I can't think of people having a problem with it. I didn't have any problems with the movie. I thought it was flawless, and yeah, I think most people will enjoy it. So definitely give it a watch. I loved it. Another 5 out of 5 for me. And please go see it and like and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching.